Today, my friends, you're going to draw a pumpkin, and it's going to be lit. It could look something like this when you're done. Welcome back to Drawing Something with Stovall. Today we're going to be drawing a pumpkin because it is the spooky season. It is the first day of fall, and wherever you are right now, pumpkins are just fun and easy to draw. So we're going to start with just loosen up your shoulder. Remember, our circles come from our shoulder to our elbow to our hand. We're going to draw a nice circle. You can draw an oval too. It's up to you how you want to do this. We're going to start with a shape first today. We're going to start with a circle. And we're going to start our second part, the stem, with a rectangle. Now, pumpkins are kind of parentheses all over the place. Parentheses from the English language. So we're going to have our shape. We're going to flatten it out a little bit up here. Just come along the outside. I'm making kind of sketchy lines. You can make strong lines if you want. This is going to be the outside of the pumpkin. Then right here, we're going to add another. This is kind of like drawing a beach ball. We're going to add another piece. I left this open at the bottom. I'm going to make it kind of bump in like that. And I made a stronger line there so you could definitely see that. Bump in pumpkin. This line is going to be less curvy because we're seeing it straight on. We're going to make a little bump at the bottom. And then I'm going to come out from right here because not all pumpkins are perfect, even though they are perfect because they're pumpkins. We're going to make a U shape at the bottom. And then this piece is going to come out like this. Bump. So we make these bumps across the bottom because a pumpkin isn't flat. The texture of a pumpkin is mostly smooth and kind of waxy, but it is not flat. It has a lot of little pieces that go to it. So again, we're creating illusions. We're going to make sure that we make a bump right here, bump right here. So we're going to turn this rectangle into a cylinder. We've got the two sides. We're going to make a little grin right here, little grin up here, and that ellipse across the top. That looks a little too perfect for a pumpkin, doesn't it? Well, watch this. Erase a little bit. And maybe make this point go out a little bit here, go out a little bit here, come across the top, across the top, across the top, almost like a little bit of a spider web. And then if you want, you can knock the top off, kind of make it look like it was cut, or you can leave it perfect like that, it's fine. Put a couple lines of texture in this bad boy. Curve them, because remember when we curve lines, we create illusions. Put some dots on the top to make some texture. And our light we're going to make coming from up above. Coming down in this direction. Shoot, shoot, shoot. So we're going to have a little bit of shadow across this. Darker shadow right here, because maybe there's a little bit of more texture right here. That little curl over, it's gonna be super bright in the top. Light's gonna be shining down this way. So we'll have this be a little more light across here. We'll show a little bit of a highlight. Pumpkin stems are pretty rough. They have kind of like a prickly defense mechanism on them. So the darkest part of the pumpkin is gonna be down here, across the pumpkin's bottom where it sits on the ground. And I'm going to contour it, remember that word, it means to follow the outside. And I'm going to go from dark. In this crack right here, it's going to be a little bit darker. As we travel up the pumpkin, we're going to leave this side a little bit shaded, more shaded. Especially in this crevice right here. I wouldn't do a hard line there, but I would get some shading in there. Fan it out, smooth it out, and then you can smooth with your finger. There you go. In this same situation, dark on the bottom so we can see the segments. I'm gonna leave a little bit of space there. Oops, that's a little too dark. Go back and make some adjustments. Back and follow that. Lighter, lighter, lighter until we get to the top. Smooth it out. It's coming to life. Now, similar on this side right here. I'm going to create that crease. It's going to be a little bit darker. Shade it across the bottom. Following the contour, the outer line. We're going to have a little more lightness on this side because of where the light's coming from, but we're not going to get lighter till we cross the equator. The equator, just like the Earth, we want to think of it as the widest spot on the sphere. Okay, and the last part here, right snug up against this. I left a little hairline of openness there. Gently wearing that little angle into your graphite pencil. There we go. I'm going to take away a little bit of this line up here and leave it heavier on this side to help create that illusion. Now we have the center piece. Follow the contour. Follow the outside line as you shade, because it will help create that illusion. I'm leaving a little space here. We're not striping. You guys have come a long way in your drawing skills. We're blending, using, I saved this piece for last, so you could use your pencil as a tool and carve it. So we're going to start changing our shadow just a little bit, knowing that the light source is coming on this side. I'm going to make it a little bit more of a shadowy presence on this side. And we're going to travel up the pumpkin. Kind of like fall fog creeps around. We're going to creep around. We're going to blend that. So there you have it, kiddos, a pumpkin. Last thing we do is we put that pumpkin in a patch. If you want, you can put some grass around the pumpkin, and then we also need a shadow, which treat for all of us. The shadow is going to be round. Leave a little bit of space to be the darkest part of your pumpkin. Be the shadow. Maybe make it a little bit longer shadow on this side. So light is coming at an angle. Boop. Happy fall. There's your pumpkin.